Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast. We're here at episode 191. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
Ant, what's going on? As we learned last week, someone is slowly taking things out of your house.
Yes, I'm being robbed.
Slowly, very slowly.
Yeah, and I think it's the guy over my shoulder over here. I blame him. Wait, how do I point it?
You have him positioned. Is there something in front of him? Because it looks like he has a fireball in his hand.
He might just. And I have now packed him 7 times. And 7 times he has reappeared.
Oh, creepy. Maybe it's the cat.
So now I just leave. Maybe I just leave him out and have him watch me.
Maybe he's going to sublet the place.
Oh, could be. You going to rent it? Actually, since it's primary, it's probably going to burn it down.
This is, well, it's insurance. So
hopefully after I leave.
So we are continuing on here, and we were just talking about this before, with a lot of things going on in both of our lives. We're not slowing down, don't get me wrong, but you may see some difference in quality just for a little while as we get things going on and as we resettle in. So it's kind of giving a heads up, but the passion is still here as it slowly burns away.
Yeah, the passion is here. It's just getting interrupted by life.
That's it. No big deal. No big deal.
How dare it?
And because of that, today we just got some news. Just going to talk about some stuff, some cool stuff I saw, some cool stuff I got from what we talked about last week, actually. But before we get into all of that, one thing I want to mention, Ant, finally, you can now complete your PlayStation collection as far as systems is concerned.
I can. I have finally taken the dive after, well, let's see, when did it first come out? Like 15 years ago? 14 years ago?
Maybe, yeah.
So I have finally purchased a PlayStation 3.
Nice. About time.
And not only did I purchase a PlayStation 3, but I purchased the original PlayStation 3 that is fully backwards compatible all the way to PlayStation 1.
Now, that's cool. Now, for those of you who are unaware, the very first run of the PS3, that original $700 system, was fully backwards compatible. You can actually look up the serial number or the series number, I should say. It was fully backwards compatible all the way to the PS1, as Anthony said. It wasn't long thereafter, and it wasn't a design change in the PS3. When newer systems were being produced, for some reason they just took it out.
It became more of it became a financial thing. Yeah. In other words, in order to compete with the Xbox 360, they couldn't keep selling $700 PlayStation 3s. Case in point, it's the reason why I wound up with a 360, more so than I went after a PS3. And also, I think I bought my 360 from you. Remember?
You did 2 weeks before.
And what happened? What happens? What happened 3 weeks after I bought it from you? Yeah,
Red Ring of Death.
Red Ring of Death. You sold me a lemon.
All sales were final.
Yes, they were. But of course, Microsoft, because of the Red Ring of Death, they fixed it or replaced it or whatever, so everything was fine. But
hold on, just real quick. I think you do remember the quick fix for the Red Ring of Death?
I do not, because I never tried it.
So what caused the infamous Red Ring of Death for the Xbox 360 was there was a soldering issue inside the system, and something came loose. So people would throw a towel over the system and let it run. And basically it soldered itself. And it worked for some people. I think other people lost their homes, but for some people,
I was gonna say, if it didn't set fire to your place, sure. I mean, you know what? Thankfully, I didn't know that, so I didn't try it.
In theory, it
with
works.
My luck,
yeah, it's true.
So that was the 360. So I bought the PlayStation 3 again. I'm all about backwards compatibility. That's my thing. I want stuff that I can put out and play multiple systems on. And yes, they took it out for financial reasons, but needless to say, I needed it in my collection. I was holding out forever, and I want to say that would be the last major console I was missing, if we're thinking back, because I have all the Nintendo consoles.
Okay.
I have all the Microsoft consoles because I bought the original Xbox a couple months ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. So I have all Nintendo, all Microsoft, all Sony.
That's the big three.
Well, you know what? No, I'm wrong,
Sega.
Because if we're talking Sega, I am missing the original Master System.
Ooh, do you don't have the power base converter, do you? The unit that sat in the Genesis that took Master System games?
No, I don't have that.
Okay.
But I don't consider that like a console. Like to me,
I know what you're talking about.
Master System, Genesis, Saturn, Dreamcast.
Well, if you want a power base converter, I know someone who has it. The co-host of the Better Half podcast.
I think he also has a Master System, doesn't he?
I don't think so. Well, if he did, I'm going to buy it off him.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I remember him showing a picture of it in box. It was either that or a Genesis he has in box.
Well,
he has one of them in box.
I might be seeing him today, so I'll rummage through his basement.
Yeah. So Master System, I think, is the last of the majors.
Okay.
Of the big four, let's call them. That I'm missing. But for the most part, getting the PS3, it's nice to complete the collection. One thing I did notice though, because when I did purchase it, one of the reasons why I didn't buy it previously was, why do I need a PS3? Because I have a 360 and they sell the same games. And
a lot.
Is like, well,
weren't too many. Yeah, I was going to say exactly.
Yeah. So, and everybody back then was like, no, PS3 is better, more powerful, yada yada yada. So when I bought the PS3, I said, okay, fine. Let me start looking through their game catalog and see what I want. Mm-hmm. And I'm going through the game catalog and I'm like, I was absolutely right 15 years ago, because all the games I want on the PS3, I have on the 360.
Yeah, it's a...
Now, granted, they have some. Mm-hmm. They have some exclusives, but the exclusives are usually the ones that I don't play, like the Modern Warfares and the Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Like those are the games that they tout as their exclusives, but those aren't the genres I generally play.
I'm right now looking at my PS3 game collection.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was some good ones, like they had the Shadow Colossus Eco 2-in-1 pack.
Mm-hmm. I have Shadow on PS4.
Exactly. Soul Calibur. The Simpsons game, if there's a game I can recommend, it's the Simpsons game.
I think I have it on 360.
Might.
The regular Simpsons game.
Not the arcade game.
Right. No, I don't have that one.
That's one.
Yes, I don't.
Okay.
That one I don't have.
That was the one where after years of so many just good, don't get me wrong, Simpsons Hit and Run, Simpsons Road Rage, those were good games, but they were copycat games, as they should be. It's the Simpsons. But this is like the first original Simpsons game. It came out on all the systems at the time, and it's a really good one. So
Actually, it's funny? I'm kind of surprised I don't have it.
Yeah, that's a big...
Maybe I do, and it's hiding somewhere, because, remember I used to work at Fox?
Yeah, I do.
And and that's where I got, I worked in the division where the video game division was. So I actually got physical copies of most of their games. So I should have it somewhere, unless I sold it. 1 for you, 1 for me. 2 for you, 1, 2 for me. Yeah, did you benefit from that in any way?
I'm sure I did.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I probably got you a copy of Family Guy, Quest of the Multiverse, or whatever it was.
Probably, which I have as well. That's another good one.
Yes. But I also got, which was really cool, because I remember when they were cleaning out. At one point, they were cleaning out the video game closet.
Okay.
Because they were moving or whatever, and they were trying to get rid of old stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where I got my hands on Buffy, because they had.
Oh yes.
So that's where I got Chaos Bleeds, I believe, or I got an extra copy of it.
The sequel. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but also that was when I got. They had, and this was like 2011, 12, whatever. But they gave me a PS2 copy of the Futurama game.
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that.
Which was kind of awesome.
Such a good game. Such a good show.
Great show.
That show. The thing with the PS3, and I know this one isn't up your alley, and they still sell them. I felt the PS3 was stronger on digital exclusives, like those kind of not mini games, but like Earthworm Jim HD. And this is stuff you can get on the 360. Don't get me wrong, but that a lot of the PS1 games where you were able to download digitally, even after they took away the backwards capability. If it's digital, it was fine. You were able to play it. Mickey's Castle of Illusion, there was a remake, but as a bonus, they gave you the original. And then there's one called, if it's still up, this is one you should look into. It's called The Last Guy.
The Last Guy.
The Last Guy. And basically what it was is the graphics was so wild to the point where like it looked like you were playing on Google Maps. So imagine, just for the sake of landmarks, Washington, D.C., small area of Washington, D.C., right? What happens, the idea is aliens are coming in and like they're taking up people. So you run around, the little guy, you run around the screen gathering up people and moving them to a safe point. But as you gather them up, the line gets longer and longer.
Right.
And then, you just have to gather everyone up. But it looks like you're literally playing on Google Maps. That's how photorealistic it was. It's a top-down view, don't get me wrong. But it's a fun one to play. I don't know if it's still up there. So it's stuff like that. Like those little like quick hits.
Okay.
So stuff to look into.
I'll look into that and see. I don't know if the PS3 is still doing a digital library.
They do, yeah, because I still see them every now and again on even with the PS4.
Okay, yeah, that is true. It does pop up. So I guess they're still supporting it.
But enjoy the PS3.
I will
when you do, whenever you get it.
Well, once it's in hand and I'm in my new location.
Yes. So we're just gonna send it off into the wild, and it'll get to you at some point.
Yes.
So this week, I wanted to talk about some stuff here. Some stuff from last week. Well, one thing from last week. So it was really funny because this came quick. I didn't think how quick it would come. So we were talking about Shining Force 3.
Yeah.
And, I was talking about how my copy doesn't have the manual. And you quickly Googled and found that someone sells a manual. Yep. So I ordered it.
You quickly purchased it.
Quickly ordered it and quickly got it. So now at least my game now looks somewhat complete. Very quick shipping. I gotta say, good quality. I'm going to be 100% honest. The color red is always a rough color to print, so it's not the best. I've seen better printing. Don't get me wrong, this is not ugly, but I've seen a little better printing. But once you get inside, it looks good. Nice. And it looks legit. So
very nice.
So yeah, so
it's got ads on.
Oh yeah, it's got the ads in the back. It's like I just finished binge watching Night Court because I bought the series. And I always forget, like, every show in the 80s and 90s, whenever they would show someone reading a magazine, the back ad is always the same thing. It was an ad for, like, wintergreen gum. All the time.
Because they were the sponsor for the show.
No, I don't think so. Because, like, literally every...
No. I mean, it was, no. Wintergreen Gum would have had to pay for that.
No, I thought it was like stock footage or something like, like a stock photo.
Oh, you mean like it's fake?
Yeah. But they just like it's like public.
Wasn't there Winter?
It's like Winter Fresh, but it wasn't.
Wow, Winter Fresh. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but this is like just very generic.
Trust me, even in the few short films and web series that I've shot, one of the most annoying things to do would be to cover up like magazines and stuff. So we made having people make those things. I'm like, God, this is so annoying. I'm like, but you have to do it. So I have a lot. Actually, I have a lot. I have like a bunch of like fake posters and magazine ads if you ever need them.
Oh, well, just in case, I'll let you know. When we put out our Retro Gamers weekly newsletter.
Yeah, exactly. This Retro newsletter is sponsored by Fake Ad.
Umberto's Pierogies.
There you go.
That's a lot of potato.
That is a lot of potato.
That's a crossover, folks, for those of you who listen to the better half. Something else that struck my eye, actually just this morning, saw this. Yeah, we're going to be all over the place, so don't worry about it, people.
Yeah, sorry, kind of like my house.
So last week we talked about how I was able to finally be in the presence of stadium events. A sought-after, hard-to-find game, very expensive game.
Which reminds me, did the loan go through? Did you get approved?
No. I have to mortgage the apartment, so let that run through your head.
Okay, sounds good. Does your landlord know this?
Not yet. I'll tell him when the check clears. Nice. So that game goes pricey, even out of box goes for pricey. But it turns out, let's see. I'm trying to get the date as to when this actually went, but just recently, a sealed copy of original Super Mario Brothers. So sealed copy. Yep. 9.4 out of 10.
Just see grading system.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's any special fancy dancy about this one. As I continue to look, it sold for $114,000.
Great googly movie.
It's wild. I mean, again, I get
insane.
it. It's Heritage Auction sold it. Oh, here we go. All right. So here's probably what the selling point was. It had a cardboard hang tab. So, you know, like the hang tabs that you get like on a Genesis, you know, this thing here.
Yep.
All right. So, literally a hang tab. So it hangs.
Yep.
Apparently, I guess the first run of one of them, instead, because remember they used to have the plastic. They always had the plastic ones. I remember like
the
this
plastic ones, but they would have the cardboard ones that then had plastic around it to kind of support it. Do you remember those?
I don't think I remember those.
Those were kind of silly to me because I'm like, why not? I remember seeing them and I would be like, why not just make them plastic? I'm like, you have cardboard and then you're using plastic to kind of support it so it doesn't break.
Well, this one just had straight up cardboard, apparently. They were originally cardboard hang tabs, as I'm now learning, originally used here in the United States test market copies of black box games. I guess even before they started selling them. You know, I guess just the way to get an idea of how the box would look. Let's see. Strangely, the addition of the plastic wrap came before the box cutting die was altered to remove the cardboard hang tab. Oh, okay.
Can you give me one moment?
Oh, what happened? Something's going on as we will. Well, while Anthony's doing that, I'll continue explaining this box here. So,
I'm just killing something.
Oh, all right. Good thing you're moving.
I hope it's dead.
Well, if not, it's gonna be my new co-host.
Oh crap.
So what happens is, here's what's funny about this box. So, as I was saying, the plastic wrap came before the box cutting die. So basically, this thing. Anthony's going to panic the rest of this episode, so I think this is going to be
I'm just like, I'm looking for the body.
How many legs did it have?
At least 6.
Ooh, ew. Creepy.
And it was moving. It was moving like 2 of them.
It's from another podcast. It's trying to spy on us.
Well, you know, I think you might be right. So, where did you go?
God, if I see it on the camera lens.
Oh my God! No, it's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna like crawl on my head while
and
I'm talking, and you're gonna be like, "Oh."
And I, for one,
that's right.
I for one support our new ant overlords.
All right, moving on.
Moving right along. So, all right. So, what I'm trying to get at is that this dumb little cardboard hang tab was actually in the box that was sealed with plastic wrap, so it rendered the hang tab useless.
It was useless. Just in there, like kind of,
basically. Okay. So I guess that's what really jacked this thing up to 114,000.
Can you imagine that a little? Okay, so the previous record for this game was about 100,000, right?
Yeah, there was a copy that sold last February
for 100,000.
$150.
Okay, so imagine this: that stupid little piece of cardboard is worth about $14,000.
It's like, remember Beanie Babies?
Yes.
It's like
God. People were nuts.
Oh, you tell me about it. So like the
almost
Beanie
as bad as pop figures.
Not as much. Pop figures are respectable. Beanie Babies is just what happens when you have a psychotic girlfriend. So with the Beanie Babies, the Beanie Baby itself almost was useless, but that stupid tag, that heart tie tag, that is what was worth the money, to the point where they sold protectors for it, just for the tag.
That's crazy.
I bought enough of those in my life.
I'm sure you did.
Not for me. Mm-hmm. So there you go. The new record, I don't know if it's a record, but a new high score for a sealed Super Mario Brothers inbox, 114 grand.
I think that's probably a record for a game sale.
Well, it's got to be a record for Super Mario Brothers at least.
Oh, for sure.
So,
yeah. Well, that's I'll just say this: if I had $114,000, I don't think I'd buy that.
Not that game, at least. Maybe a different game. I like the end of this article. I'm just going to read this. I'm going to quote it verbatim. If you would like to revisit the original Super Mario Brothers release, but don't fancy forking out $100,000 or don't have access to an original copy of the game, the good news, it's playable on Nintendo Switch online subscription service.
Yeah, so for $20 a year, You can play it all you want. Which reminds me, my subscription lapsed like 2 months ago, and I've yet to renew it because
really,
I have not turned on my Switch.
I know. I
2 months.
I have noticed that actually.
Yes. Well, my PlayStation 4 gets all my love.
I paid what $10, and I got my subscription until September of 2021,
which is awesome.
And I was in day one.
And I'll get back to my Switch. I just have to finish a couple more games on the PS4 before I move over.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So moving right along, we're just going to keep trucking through here. So, Super Mario Brothers, Stadium event, Shining Force 3. I'm still waiting for the Polymega to finally show up so I can play these games.
Well, aren't we all? Like, I'm really getting ready to cave in and just play them on the original system.
Well, at this point, we should.
Yeah, I mean, because every time this thing is supposed to be coming out, it gets delayed.
So here is, and last week we were looking into, but we really couldn't find like an official press release kind of sort of as to why the delay keeps happening.
Yeah, because remember Walmart had posted.
That's what we saw.
Dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart had posted dates that it was shipping. It was going to be shipping on the 6th, or be available on the 6th. And we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what? We haven't received any notice or anything like that. And then there was the base system was listed for November, and everything else they still had listed as July 6th. So they didn't update everything.
Correct. Well, last week after we recorded, Polymega did drop a statement. And if you may indulge me here for a moment, especially for the listeners, I'd like to just read this real quick.
Okay.
So verbatim from Polymega. Dear friends, last month, we were informed of the untimely closure of an important partner in our overseas supply chain. This factory was responsible for producing several PCBs used on this product and shipping it to the final production factory for assembly. As soon as we were informed of this, we reassigned the parts to a backup factory, and quickly re-engineered the parts nearly from scratch. Now, everything is back on track. Unfortunately, this incident ate up valuable time that would have been used in mass production for a summer release. I will say this. As per Polymega, the impact is that the official worldwide launch of Polymega has changed to November 15th or earlier for both the base unit and the 4 launch modules. And then there's some more stuff on that. Okay, so the new date is now November 15th, but they're being optimistic. They're saying November 15th or earlier.
Well, and they're saying the official worldwide launch. I wonder if the Kickstarter backers like yourself will get it earlier.
I hope so. Let's see. All right, I'll read on. This project's a culmination of years of effort by a small team, and we've been through many ups and downs along the way. We've yet to encounter a challenge that has stopped steady. Announcement next week. We are elated to announce that next week, so this week, we will be shipping 100 plus units to beta testers and select media, so that's not going to be us, for an additional testing and a review. These systems are basically final, and the purpose of this second beta test is to stress test our online update system in a real-world scenario.
Very cool.
If you received a beta email confirmation, I did not. God bless. You should expect to receive a shipping confirmation and tracking number next week. So they are shipping now the second wave of betas. Cool. And it looks like they're on track. Look, they're saying November 15th or earlier. If they didn't have much confidence, I'm sure their marketing people would just be like, just say November 15th and we'll deal if we have to delay it again. Yeah.
No, and so good news, so to speak, even though it's been delayed quite a few times.
I mean, at this point, you really can't fault them for that, this one.
Can't. And the other thing about it is also, for those of you who aren't sure about this or don't know if you want to buy, people have received beta copies of the console before, so you can go on YouTube and check it out. You can also go on YouTube and check out the when I went last year. Was it last year? It was sometime last year.
No, I think it was longer than that, maybe. Year and a half, maybe?
May, I thought it was May of last year.
Oh, all right, could have been.
Was it May 2 years ago?
I don't know. I think we'd have this documented.
Yeah, I think it was May of last year when I saw a physical version of it being tested at a store here in Los Angeles, and I did get to play it briefly. And, awesome.
And you liked it. You, yeah.
Oh yeah, the menu system was really cool, very very intuitive, very easy to follow. I think they had the entire catalog of Saturn games on there.
Something like that, right?
So it was. Yeah, no, I was very impressed. I was like, okay, if this performs the way that this version does, and that was like over a year ago, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely worth the purchase.
Yeah, it was about a year ago, episode 140. That's when we talked about it, and when we did all that. All right, so high hopes for the Polymega. I am feeling better about this launch, this notice,
this date.
And again, I'll look. What are we going to do? So
nothing. We just have to hope the world doesn't fall apart any more than it already is, so we can get our system. Because that's really all it's about.
Knocking on wood for that. Speaking of systems, there is another mini coming out.
Oh boy.
Well, not a mini, a micro console, as these are now starting to be called. I don't know if you can see behind me.
Yeah, we've been moving on from the minis. Now they're micros.
Micro console.
You've ordered 2 Game Gear ones, right?
I ordered all 4. I did. This is the Neo Geo Micro Console, and this is kind of along the lines of what this is going to be coming up with. Sega, on the heels of their wonderfully thought out Game Gear Micros, which actually originally was supposed to have 1 game each.
Wow. That definitely wouldn't have made it worth it. Actually, I still argue they're not worth it right now.
I'll tell you in October.
No offense, Sega.
Sega is releasing the Astro City Micro Console, or the Astro City Mini.
Oh, boy.
It is coming out in December of this year. Yes, I have already pre-ordered it on Amazon Japan.
Shocking.
And this is cool though, because you have I have a little bit of experience, not experience. What's the word I'm looking for? I've been in the presence of one of these actual arcade, full size arcade machines. They had them at the Retro Expo, but you've seen them firsthand in Japan. These style of arcade machines.
Yes.
And it's just rows of the same things, like Street Fighter 4. There's 20 of them hooked together.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Astro City Mini, it goes for 12,800 yen. What was that, $130 maybe?
About 120.
Give or take? Okay.
About 115.
I'm using the Neo Geo as a size comparison. I am going to guess that the Astro City will probably be about as big as this is, which is a good size.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Good size. Very good. Very responsive. I've talked about this before. Like the Neo Geo Mini, the Sega Astro City will plug into the television,
which is good.
So you can play that, and you can buy extra controllers, like regular controllers, so you can play. Now, this system is going to be packed eventually with up to 36 games. Now, here are the ones that have been announced, as I put this back. So here's what's been announced so far.
Okay.
Alien Syndrome.
Okay.
Alien Storm.
Good choice.
Golden Axe.
Love it.
Again, one of the first times it's being released on a home console. Technically not North American, because this is so far Japanese exclusive. Golden Axe, The Revenge of Death Adder.
Yep, that's the arcade one.
It's the arcade sequel to Golden Axe, and it's getting an official license released through Arcade 1-Up later this year.
Very nice.
Columns 2, Dark Edge, Puzzle in Action, Tant R,
Don't know that.
Virtua Fighter, Fantasy Zone, and Altered Beast.
Of course.
So, it's your run-of-the-mill lineup, but still, it's, again, this is falling into the collector's category. You know what I mean? You don't have to you get half these games already, but it's just kind of cool to have one of these little mini
I was going to
systems.
say, how many of these are on the Genesis Mini that you can buy for less?
Well, I mean, Golden Axe,
Virtual, Altered Beast,
maybe Fantasy Zone.
Yeah, Columns. Maybe. You know what's funny? I was just about to turn around and grab my Genesis Mini,
but Mario hit it on you.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Aw. So it looks like a good lineup. Again, it's fun. It's going to fall into the, like I said, I keep coming off of that. It's going to fall into the collector's edition. So I don't see a problem with that. Well, I ordered it, so I clearly don't see a problem with it.
No, you don't have a problem with any of this.
I kind of like to to collect. I just got to start learning how to display. I mean, I got a great display going here, but I got to do something here. I'm going to swing this around a little bit for the YouTube viewers. You know, I have this kind of like this ladder design, which holds minis, which is cool, but it's kind of jumbled up, and I can't really do much with it. And this is what I'm planning on fixing.
Yeah, I will say that when I move to my new place, I already have a plan in mind for my backdrop. So.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not even for a backdrop, honestly, just for storage. Yeah.
But so, I'm just saying, like my backdrop will be storage, obviously.
No, of course,
stuff, but I've kind of already got a plan on what I want to do.
So what I found, and actually I know a couple people who have ordered from this page. It's an Etsy page.
Okay.
It's called Rose Colored Gaming. Rose Colored Gaming. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they print stands, like out of this hard plexi plastic or whatever. And they have stands for the Nintendo Switch Lite, for the Turbo Express.
Yeah, I see this.
Where's that one controller? That's really weird.
I like the wood veneers.
They sell those as these veneers that you can put on, these wood veneers, like Anthony said, you can put on the systems. Custom covers for the Game Boy Micro made out of wood.
Yeah, overall, it's really, really cool.
It's a great idea. They have like over 140 items, but just the controller stands alone are practical and, you know, kind of shows off some stuff. Like they have a Nintendo IQ player display stand.
Wow.
Who has a Nintendo IQ?
I know. I'm just looking at the console display stands, and they're very impressive.
That's what I want to get at. So they have these. They're for the minis. They're not for the full systems. They're for the minis. But yeah, there's these gorgeous displays that just really they are what they are. They store the system. They display the system. But at the same time, it kind of keeps it functional because you can kind of pick them up and, you know, move them over if you have to. Because I don't think anyone really has all these maybe plugged in 100% of the time, because everyone says you shouldn't keep them plugged in 100% of the time. So, but still, you know, I may pick up these. They even have one for the PS TV.
Well, you know what I like too? I like the, aside from the console ones, the cartridge display stands are really cool. So
basically they have, like Ann said, cartridge display stand. They have an Amiibo display stand. They have the controllers are the ones I keep looking at. Mm-hmm. And portable, like for the handhelds. They have Game Boy and so many different Game Boys and Game Boy Colors and Game Boy, you know, Micros and everything have come out that it's almost worthy to put them up on a stand.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. So like, I can definitely see myself buying a few of these. Yeah, no,
me too. And they even have a stand, and I sent this to a friend of ours. Actually, we talked to him at the Retro Gaming Expo last year, Eric Hale, who has a amazing collection of hard to find systems and hard to find stuff. And even they have a stand here for the Pokemon Mini, which was like the tiniest, and he showed it to us last year. It's like the tiniest cartridge system Nintendo ever put out.
That's really cool.
So that's pretty cool. Check them out. Rose Colored Gaming. Check them out. And yeah, I'm definitely going to place an order for some stuff here.
Yeah, I can see myself buying a few things here as
well. But for me, it's mostly, I mean, they have some cool Zelda stuff, but for me, it's mostly just to get the controllers out of the way and just put them in a spot.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as you can hear Anthony typing away and ordering. Ship to anywhere in the U.S.
Yeah, I was just going to say, please ship to new address. What is your new address? I don't know. And if you go... Can I put TBD? When you ship TBD?
I'll tell you when to ship. And if you bounce around Etsy, you actually find some really interesting stuff. There's some... And it's all like 3D printed. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can find virtually anything. Oh, there is something. Oh boy! All right, let me. And do you have like any, just out of curiosity, any news, anything you saw, anything that caught your eye?
The only news that's popping in my head right now, because again, I've been very busy packing. I've been, just closing things out here, so I've been distracted. The only thing that I did see was that your favorite company in the world, Limited Run Games.
Oh, boo!
Favorite company. They will be releasing a physical copy of the Castlevania Anniversary Collection in the fall.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Are they doing it for all three? Castlevania, Contra? Yeah.
No, just Castlevania, and it's getting a physical release on the Switch.
Oh, that's just on the Switch.
Just on the Switch.
That's interesting.
Yep. So I expect you to place your order.
I already have it digitally.
Oh wait, hold on. Looks no. Looks like there may be a Sony one as well.
Oh, okay. Well, who would be limited run if they can't,
so PS4,
quadruple?
Yeah, PS4 and Switch.
Alrighty.
That was really the only news I got. And yes, I own the Castlevania Anniversary Collection also. But Larry, when has it stopped us from buying something multiple times?
This is absolutely true. I am trying.
At this rate, I actually may be convinced that you have spent $114,000 on Super Mario Brothers over the years.
I might have. It's probably easily more than Pac-Man. Probably easily the one thing I bought over and over and over again.
Yeah. So if you add all that up, if you would keep your receipts like I do, you wouldn't spend as much.
I should imagine. Oh my gosh, I would not even want to go back and look at those.
No, it's just frightening.
So unfortunately, I don't. I thought I had it saved, but I don't. So now this is going to make me mad because I wanted to order this. But I'll mention it here, and when I find it, I'll mention it again. I saw, like when you get those ads on like Instagram and stuff like that.
Yes.
So there was this ad of this company that was selling artwork like on glass. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
It was video game screenshots, but they printed them on acrylic glass. And it was the scene, one of my favorite scenes in a Castlevania game from Symphony of the Night.
Castlevania 2?
No, that's the one where I go and break it. Though I just found a Castlevania 2 throw pillow.
Okay.
No, it's like this painted on acrylic glass, the scene of, from Symphony of the Night. What is a man? That whole, it's got the scene and the text.
Got it.
When Dracula's talking to him. But it looked gorgeous printed on the glass.
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
I thought I saved it on my Instagram stuff. When I find it, I'll...
on Instagram?
I think, that's the only thing I'm on now.
Now I found video game screenshot picture boxes.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too, but it wasn't a picture box. But it's that same scene. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Okay.
But that's more of a 3D, which actually looks pretty cool as well. Don't get me wrong.
Very true. Although, it's funny. I'm looking for video game screenshot glass, and I get the adult film screenshot, and I'm like, oh no.
There you go. You can send me that link.
Nope.
So, I'll find it later. But it's one of these things where just someone comes up with this idea. Clearly not. Oh, supposedly Konami is behind it. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
And but it just looked really cool. When I find it, I'll forward it.
Cool.
So,
looking forward to seeing that. Whenever you find it.
I'll never find it again.
Nope.
But all right, you know what? We got a few more things here to talk about. Ant, do you still wear watches?
No, just my Fitbit.
Fitbit? Well, that's kind of like a watch.
Yeah,
but it's not like a watch.
I don't like it. It basically tells me how fat I am.
That's what they're supposed to do.
I know, it makes me feel terrible about myself. That's why
I don't wear one.
I still wear it.
Recently, and they are currently on sale, Timex, the watch, they've been around for a gajillion years. Timex has teamed with Pac-Man.
Yes.
And has put out a limited edition Timex T80 Pac-Man stainless steel bracelet watch.
This is very nice looking.
It is, it is screaming 90s.
Oh, totally.
It is not a smartwatch. So, don't get confused, people.
Yeah.
But it's just a straight up watch. It's a digital watch. It tells time, gives you the date, and there's an alarm. There's probably a couple of features in there, but that's it. You can't hook it up to anything. There's no Wi-Fi.
It has a stopwatch.
As the watches did back then, yes. Yep. A stopwatch, yep. And what's gorgeous, it's a Timex. So, it's a legitimate watch. This thing's going to hold up. There's 3 colors. Basically, aluminum, I guess stainless steel if you want to call it. Kind of a black stainless steel, and then a gold. Gold looks sweet.
The gold looks sweet, but I gotta say, I would go like old school black.
I would go black as well. Yeah, I would totally go black. So what's cool about the watch is it's a chronographic watch. It's water resistant to 30 meters. It's got an Indiglow light up watch dial. So that's how old you hit the button.
My God. I remember that?
And
Indiglow.
Glows,
that was awesome.
It doesn't even glow in the dark. It just glows this weird green.
But didn't it make you feel special when you did that? Like I was like, I have the coolest watch ever because look, it lights up.
Actually, in the video on the website, it's glowing green. That's what the Indigo's glowing.
Okay. So
and what's cool about this is the little intricate details to it. First of all, it's got like that old school latch system to it. Mm-hmm. And on the latch is engraved a Pac-Man and a ghost. That's
kind of cool.
And even on the back of the watch itself, there's engraving of Pac-Man, two ghosts eaten already, so just the eyes, and then two ghosts about to be eaten. What's cool about it, if you order it and it arrives in the box, inside the box, when you open up the lid, it actually looks like Pac-Man is eating the watch. Guess the way they have it tucked underneath. But the best part about it is that when the alarm goes off, it plays the Pac-Man sound.
Well, better.
Well, Pac-Man tune, I should say.
Yeah, see, now, but that's a nice way to wake up. It just makes you wake up and want to play video games.
Oh, totally. It retails for $79, which is not bad at all.
Very cool. You
get 2.5% back if you use Rakuten. Use that website. You get some money back.
Cool.
And it looks like all three color bracelets, or watch bands, I should say, are the same price. So that's good.
Oh, perfect.
It's for the 40th anniversary, and around the face of the watch is Pac-Man, the ghosts, dots. So it's pretty cool.
Pellets.
That is true. Pellets. I did say dots. I apologize.
Yeah, you should.
Wonka, 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 wonka.
Same way you should apologize every time you say Sega.
Sega. Whatever. You know what? Don't fault me for saying it properly.
No, you're definitely not saying it properly, so I fault you.
Just like orange. And Mario.
Everybody laughs at me in LA when I say orange.
Can I say orange?
Orange.
Orange.
No, orange.
Orange.
Nope.
What does OR spell?
Or.
Okay. ORANGE.
Orange.
And Mario. I always have that like that. Mario. Not Mario. Yeah,
no, not Mario. Mario.
I think that's the Brooklyn in us.
Yeah, look, you know what? There are some words that, I can't take the Brooklyn out of some words. Like, I shift I can shift between certain words, like apartment. I can say apartment, but when I talk to people in New York, it's apartment,
Apartment. So you get a new apartment?
Right. But it should be apartment.
It's like that thing, and those of you at home can play this.
Please play this game.
Do you order a taxi or order a cab?
I order a cab.
Okay, I order a taxi.
Yes. Do you order a pizza or do you order a pie?
Pizza.
See, I always ask for a pie.
Is that an LA thing?
No, that's a New York thing.
You did that? I don't remember that.
Yeah, because when I first told somebody, I remember. I'm sorry, this isn't video.
No, this is yeah.
But when I came out here and I was like there were friends where I'm like, yeah, I go, let's just order a pie, and they just look at me funny. I said, a pie.
Chocolate?
And they're like, oh, pizza. I'm like, yeah, it's a pie. It's a pizza pie, right? We go order a pie.
All right, let me do this then. And who cares?
You used to say pie all the time when we were growing up.
Did we?
Wrestling. Yes, you used to say pie all the time.
Oh, maybe it's in the Long Island thing then.
When we weren't saying Domino's.
Domino's. Yeah, Domino's, the go-to. Oh my
anyway.
God, Domino's.
Yeah, but
Domino's.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you moved someplace where everybody says pizza, and it just kind of got in your brain that now it's pizza.
So the square. I already ruined it. I was gonna say no. Do you is it a square or a Sicilian?
No, I order square.
Me too. Did that?
Yeah, see, but everybody else doesn't know what that is.
No, that is a total Brooklyn thing.
Yeah, it's not Sicilian. It's square.
I had a pizzeria come to a stop when I ordered a square slice in Queens.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
no, it was in Queens, and I'm literally the cook came out. I was like, "What?" I'm like, "I want a square. What? I want that."
Just those. Just point at it.
Literally, people stopped and stared at me.
Well, I think people stop and stare at you normally. So.
Usually. How dare you?
So
So I got a couple more items on the docket here.
Back to video games, please.
Oh, come on. It's fun. So as of the end of June, so only a couple weeks ago, turns out that the Wii U and the Wii are getting physical releases of Shakedown Hawaii.
Okay, so I saw this article, and my first question is why?
Why not?
But why this game?
Oh,
like...
Because it's probably so... Yeah.
Never heard of it until I saw this article, and I'm like, what is Shakedown Hawaii, and why is it popular enough for a physical release?
I think there were other Shakedown games, I feel like. But
but they're on the 3DS and the Switch, so I find it interesting that they're doing a Wii U and a Wii version.
Yeah, I think it's just for the heck of it, really. You know, like one of those, like, you know, please, Limited Run bases their whole evil conglomerate on releasing old games on weird systems.
Which is true, but I have to say, like, most of the games that they release, I know. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. They were popular for one specific reason, and I don't know, maybe this one just fell through the cracks.
Oh.
I just don't know Shakedown Hawaii.
This is interesting. So the Wii version of Shakedown Hawaii, the Wii version will only play on European Wii consoles.
Oh.
That's weird. But it will play in both NTSC and PAL output.
Well, maybe this is just a popular European thing.
The Wii U version offers
Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In both standard definition, high definition, will play in both 4:3 and 16:9 aspect ratios. Will plays, but there's a reason why. So it says, and this is from NintendoLife.com, releasing games on the Wii in 2020 is harder than you might imagine. Although we've seen some Wii releases over the past few years, indeed, despite it just wasn't. I'm just skimming through this real quick. I decided to reach out to Nintendo of Europe as well, and to my surprise, they said yes and allowed it to squeeze through before that door closed too. So I guess it's just a matter of Nintendo here in North America is like, who even owns a Wii anymore? But
well, about 100 million people
over in Europe. No, I meant like newer. You know, like they kind of moved on.
Of course.
Wii discs aren't region free. And I didn't want North American players to be left out. This is V-Blank's Brian Provencanio is explaining. Although I continued talks with Nintendo of America, floating around a Plan B, Plan C, Plan Z, blah, blah, blah. The clock was ticking, and after exhausting all options, I decided to pivot in the next best thing, the Wii U. All right, so they tried doing a North American release on the Wii, and probably was only going to go Wii, but because of the
because they couldn't
basically they couldn't, yeah, because of the region locking, they went for the Wii U. But I guess they said, you know what the heck, we'll still put out a Wii version.
All right, that's fair.
All right, fair enough. That's not bad.
Cool.
All righty. And actually, the Wii version will be available for purchase online July 9th, so it's already on sale for $30 US dollars. Oh, and only to sell 3,000 copies. I hate these companies.
Well, they don't want to look. They don't want to make 20,000 copies and only sell 3,000.
Print on demand. The Wii U version will follow in August.
It's more expensive to print on demand.
This is true. And finally, at least for what I have, it's just this is a quick little thing. If you're looking for some retro action, this game I think is $5 on the Switch. It actually may be on sale for $4 right now. It's a game called Clash Force.
Okay.
It's a side scroller. It's got 20 stages in it, weapon upgrades. It feels like you're playing to me, it feels like a hybrid Mega Man, Adventure Island.
Oh, interesting.
Mega Man in the way the boards are laid out. Adventure Island, not because when you play as Higgins, but when they started incorporating the dinosaurs into those games, it's like you're playing as the dinosaurs.
Oh, that's kind of cool. And
it's just so much fun. It's so cheap and inexpensive to buy. It's worth it. And I definitely...
Cheap and inexpensive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's cheaply made and horribly inexpensive. Actually, it's not cheaply made. It's actually made very well. I definitely recommend going out and just picking it up. Like even as a blind purchase.
Okay.
As you try and defeat Crackman's fortress and save the day.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. Clash Force.
Okay. Very cool.
And honestly, that's about it. Just some quick things. A lot of things, but some good things.
Yep, I would love to say that I have news, but I haven't had time to even look at news.
That's all right. You're busy.
I'm a little bit busy, but
Have you been playing anything?
I've mostly been distracting myself with the usual PS4 games. So
Okay.
in a lot of Dead by Daylight, to kind of cool down in the evenings because I've been working.
I had such a long day. What do you want to do? Let's decapitate some people. Okay.
Yeah, and when I say cool down, I don't mean it at all because I get frustrated in that game very often. But work days have been a lot longer because I'm trying to finish that up. But it's a lot of Dead by Daylight. I've been actually in GTA 5 a lot.
Really?
Yes, I'm really in GTA a lot. I mean, they're giving away so much free money right now.
I know.
Frank, if you're listening, might be time to pick up GTA 5 again. Make some money.
He is all about PUBG. I mean, to the point that he is annoying. He texts us. There's 4 of us that play. We're in a group chat, and he'll text us at like 8:00 in the morning. We playing tonight?
I'm just saying when it becomes like a cross-platform kind of thing. Which, by the way, Dead by Daylight is going to be soon.
Yes.
When it becomes cross-platform, you may see me on there.
All right, that'd be cool. Well, hopefully,
I would love to try it. I've never played it, so. But anyway, doing a lot of Dead by Daylight, a lot of GTA 5.
Okay.
A lot of GTA 5. Still doing Final Fantasy, but I'm spacing it out a lot because I really want it to last.
Okay.
And then the last game that I have to sneeze again. Oh boy.
What game is that? I never heard of that one. I have to sneeze.
Yeah.
God bless you.
I have to sneeze.
Gesundheit. Que vous meni.
Yep.
Take your choice.
There's a game on the PlayStation and Xbox. It's called the Nonary game.
The Nonary game? I don't think I've heard of this one.
Game. So it's kind of a... Here we go. can't just sneeze once.
Wait, it's whatever that thing was crawling around. It's trying to slowly kill you.
I think it went up my nose when I wasn't looking. It could also be the dust and cat hair that I've been kicking up over the last 2 weeks.
This is also very true.
I'm like, wait, how did all this hair get over here? What the hell?
I now have a third cat.
Basically, I'm building one. So it's called the Nonary game. Zero Escape, I think is the subtitle for it.
Okay.
It's basically an escape the room game. So there are a series of rooms that you have to escape. You got to solve them. But it wrapped around it is a storyline with 9 characters.
Okay.
And basically, the decisions you make in the game branch off into different storylines.
Gotcha.
So as you go through the game, it's like the choices you make dictate, how the story is going to end, and you can always go back to where you made that decision to make the other decision to see where you go.
Is it like a live action game, like one of these interactive movies?
No, it's very no, it's not live action at all. It's actually kind of no, I wouldn't say necessarily anime, but I guess it's kind of got that anime flat art style.
Oh, okay, yes,
so
yes.
The characters aren't moving; they're just a series of still images. Ultimately,
I got you.
Like minor animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so think of it almost as like a digital comic book, maybe.
Okay, I actually have a couple of those. Like they put out a lot of Superman ones like that.
I have a Buffy one.
What was that, like season 8 or something?
Yeah, season 8. Yeah. So, but if you like those kind of games, it's a lot of fun. It's a 2-pack. There's an original and a sequel.
Okay.
I'm about to finish the sequel now.
Okay.
The original one definitely was. The story was much better than the sequel, but still kind of like really fun puzzles and challenges for escaping the room, and then interesting ways that the things branch off. So so I've been having a lot of fun with that. I just kind of got sucked into it. I'm like, okay, I have to finish the second one, and I think I've put in like 28 hours already.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, not bad.
I wasn't expecting that.
The final thing actually just dawned on me when you were talking, and I just discovered it earlier. I was flipping through Apple TV, just looking at like pre-order movies, just see what's coming out. I totally forgot about this. The video game Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney? It's mostly on handhelds. Uh-huh. They made a movie in Japan, Ace Attorney movie. Yeah, and unlike like here in North America where they always take those liberties to kind of like change the change the story enough where it almost doesn't look like the game. Over in Japan, they're just pulling the characters straight out and making them live action. Like, even if the character looks stupid, like, looks cool animated, but looks dumb in real life, they're still pulling that character out.
That sounds about right.
I mean, I watched the trailer. It was all in Japanese, so it didn't help me any. But I watched the trailer, which is more like a scene. It looks, I gotta say, it looks, and I never played Ace Attorney, but I know it's like one of these, like, it takes place in a courtroom, and you kind of have to, like, think on your feet, and you're literally debating in the game. You're objecting, you're whatever else they do in court.
You're a lawyer.
I watched 9 seasons of Night Court. You think I'd pick something up from that comedy about law terms? I got nothing.
I was just going to say, I think you need to watch Law & Order. Oh,
Night Court? What are you kidding me? It's like Scrubs. Scrubs is always said is to be the show that is most accurate of what it's like working in a hospital. Not ER, not Grey's Anatomy, but Scrubs. Right. So you never know. Except for when Bull was taken to Jupiter by aliens. So
yeah, that's a bit of a problematic.
But yeah, no, I was just flipping through. So if you're into Ace Attorney, check it out. I mean, I'm sure they probably have a dubbed version or subtitled. There's still a lot of, maybe we can talk about this next time. Tekken I never saw. There was a live action Tekken. And I think there's a couple other new ones I got to look into that Japan is putting out as far as video game movies.
I bet if we dive into Japanese film, we'll find a lot of video game movies that we don't know exist.
And live action too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So maybe we're taking a look for an episode.
Maybe we'll check that out next time. But with that, we will wrap it up. So please find us on social media. And where can they find us on social media?
You can find us at theretrogamers.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/retrogamerspodcast. You can find us on Instagram at retrogamerspodcast, on Twitter at retrogamerspod. Basically on your screen if you're watching it on YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube. Just look up the Retro Gamers Podcast. We have our YouTube channel there. You can listen to us on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, on Spreaker, and anywhere basically you listen to podcasts, we have it all covered. And if you want to email us, you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
If you want to give us topic ideas, things to talk about, questions, go right ahead. We'll definitely listen. Definitely subscribe. Hit the like buttons. Hit those share buttons. Tell your friends. Tell your family about us. And with that, we will wrap this one up. So, Ant, enjoy continuing finding out if Mario is still stealing everything from you.
Yeah, I'm just happy he hasn't found his way to the knives yet.
Knife Mario. I think that was a rejected Super Mario Bros. 3
Yeah,
custom.
I had a feeling like, he that was going to be like in Mario 3, like where he just stabs Bowser to death.
Brutal Mario.
Yeah, Bowser and all his kids.
Aw. And with that, folks, we will catch you right here next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.